Hi, babes. Hi, it's me, Lenny, and we are back with another pick a card reading. And I think today's going to be an interesting one. Um, when I wrote this question in my ideas list, I had a certain idea for it in mind, but now that I'm doing it, I'm just going to be like, whatever information comes in to answer the question, that would be what we're getting. So, today's question that we are going to be answering through the cards is, what do you need to keep your hands off of? That is a very open-ended question. It can go lots of ways, and I'm excited to see in which particular ways it would go to. Um, so what do you need to keep your hands off of? What do you need to step away from, back away from? Just keep your hands off of whatever is coming out. Okay, so that is what we will be answering through the groups for today. So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Sit down, take your time to meditate on the question, take a couple of deep breaths, and then choose which group or groups, pile or piles, feel like they resonate with you the most at this time. And I'll see you in your reading. Okay? Hello, group 1 there. So this is your reading for what do you need to keep your hands off of? What do you need to back away from? And we will answer also why. Of course, we will try to get all the information we need, but this is your these are the cards you chose. We also have the black tourmaline stone here. Is it focusing? I hope it is. If it's not, I'm sorry about that. But the black tourmaline is a stone of protection. It is really repelling negative energies or energies that are not resonant or maybe even malicious energies. Maybe there's something there. Let's see. Let's start with your cards. These are Divine Feminine Oracle cards, and they just wanted to play these cards. She wanted to play. So let's see what's going on. We have Queen Esther, who is the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. And then we also have Enedwana. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. She's the high priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. You need to keep your hands off of what you really desire to do. Oh, sorry. What you really desire to do in this world. I feel like you're controlling the how. You're controlling how your soul chooses to walk on this path in this lifetime. How your soul is choosing to express its purpose. That is what I'm getting here. Your ego, like Queen Esther said here, your ego should be in service of your soul. But I feel like you're kind of overriding your soul via your ego's desires or whims. This is pretty deep stuff. It's like, I'm gonna tell you a personal anecdote. So when I was very young, I was like around 9 or 10 years old when I decided that I wanted to be a fashion designer. And so, by the way, I did that. I I do make clothes, and I think they're pretty. But anyway, and the reason for me to, like, the deep down, the reason why I said I wanted to become a fashion designer is that oh, look at um, these designers, they make clothes for other people, and other people are happy when they wear the clothes. And I want to make people happy through the clothes that I make as well. So that was my reason, right? Reason I want to make people happy. And you can say that that is one of the purposes that my soul has in this lifetime, is to give happiness to other people. That, however, is that can come up in so many ways. There are a million and one ways, or a billion and one ways to make other people happy and to give happiness and to share happiness with other people. It doesn't just have to be through clothes. And there was a time when I was very adamant about that. There was a time when I was very adamant about, no, this is how I'm going to serve um, other people. This is how I'm going to make other people happy, is through making clothes. And for a while that worked, yeah, but it gets into like complicated waters when I start to not become happy with the work that I'm doing and all of these other things as my life progressed. And now aside from that, which I do that kind of less, and I kind of nitpick my clients a little bit more now. Oh, I just saw 444. But my point is that there are lots of other ways for me to make people happy, and now I see that this is one of them. Like sharing these messages and hopefully being able to guide other people or show other people the way to to their expression or their own way to north, whatever your soul wants to do in this lifetime. I would be happy to be part of that journey, and I would be happy to, bring you some sort of help or happiness, true happiness, through discovering your soul's journey. And there's just a lot of other ways for you to do that. Even when you say maybe one of your soul's purposes in this lifetime is to heal other people, there are a lot of ways to do that. A lot of ways. You can be a doctor, you can be a nurse, you can be a physical therapist, you can be a talk therapist, like psychology, psychiatry, you can be a psychiatrist, you can be an acupuncturist or a TCM doctor, traditional Chinese medicine doctor. You can work with herbs, you can work with nature, naturopath, is that the word? You can be a holistic doctor. They're like what do you call that? Ones who crack bones. I forgot that. Anyway, those kinds of people. There are, I've already listed like 10 ways for you to help heal people in like a minute, in less than a minute. So there are more ways to do that. And you have the free will to choose which path you're going to, but at the same time, it's like if your soul is choosing a more, for example, a more nature related path, like working with herbs, working with I could say mushrooms. Why are mushrooms coming up? Yeah, herbs, plants, maybe even there are people who like have resorts or like places to go away from the city, and you just eat natural organic food. That's a way to help heal. But what I'm saying is, if that is like your way, your soul's way of wanting to help people, who are you to kind of override that and say, no, we're going to medicine? I'm gonna tell you now, if your soul wants it, and if it is really meant for you to work with like nature and plants and herbs and things like that, you're gonna get to there eventually. It's just gonna take a longer path. Again, personal anecdote. I entered college with psychology, as a BA psychology major. I stayed there for 2 years, and then I eventually had to shift out. Mental health issues was one thing. And then just, an eye-opening of I really want to have my own graduation collection. And I didn't want to take biology. I didn't want to take hardcore biology because it's required when you're a psychology major in the university I went to. You are required to take, it's kita ba? You're required to take at least one biology major, and it was like 5 units, so that's like 10 hours a week, and you have to dissect stuff. I didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to dissect again. I did it in high school. I don't want to do it again. And so the point that I'm making here is, if it is really what your soul desires, like apparently one of my soul's desires to learn in this lifetime is to make clothes. And so I got there eventually. I took a longer cut. I took a longer path than others, but I still got there eventually. And it was like, and then here, doing this type of work, right? Doing this type of, doing tarot readings and helping people through this way, and even like coaching and stuff like that, which is what I do want to do to help others. I still got here eventually. I still got here eventually. It took a long time, but I still got here eventually. And that's what I'm saying here. Back off of what your soul wants you to do. Back off. Try to not control it. Try to not control what your soul wants you to do, what your soul wants you to pursue. In your heart of hearts, you know that there are some things that you want to pursue more than others. In your heart of hearts, no matter what other people say. Okay, so we already got a lot through these first two cards alone, but we're gonna get more cards and see what's going on. What else in this conversation do you need to back off of, and why? Okay, so let's see what's going on. Oh, she flew out. That is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So we're gonna have some money and abundance issues that we are looking to, why did I want to say decolonize? What is the belief in your culture about money and abundance? There's probably like the societal pressure of you need to do something specific in order to have money, or in order to be safe and secure financially. And I'm just getting that here. It's probably not for you. Here's the thing, for a lot of people, doing the perhaps the, I want to say society approved society approved, what's this, methods of gaining financial abundance and financial stability. For some people, that's probably, that's probably the thing for them, right? Let's just move these things. So for some people, it's probably like the society approved version is probably good. Right? It's probably like okay for others to go and be like, to be rich through maybe a corporate job, or through all of these different Wall Street type situations and things like that. But what I'm getting here is, for you, it's not the case. The only card that flew out from the deck and decided to show itself in the reverse is the King of Pentacles. So that means that whatever, what I'm seeing here is that whatever your ego is telling you, or whatever outside sources are telling you, whatever the chismis is in your area, in terms of how to become financially wealthy and financially stable, that might not work for you. Like, I'm just gonna tell, I do not, I cannot take a corporate job. I tried it in internships, and it's not for me. And so for the past 7 years, I've been going around and just doing things that really make me happy. For a long time, it was for 5 years. It was making clothes, and now I'm just trying to do more things, diversify. There's a lot of ones here for you. So, strength here is coming out as number 11. There's also the Ace of Swords, which is 1, and then the 10 of Cups, which is it's also 1. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So yeah, you're meant to be a leader. You probably have like life path 1. I'm a life path 1, so hi. You are meant to be a leader, an industry leader. You are meant to do something that is not FDA approved. You are meant to do something that is not, again, the societal standard. You're meant to do something that is completely different. Take yourself out of the uncomfortable situation you're in, or take yourself out of poverty, let's say, and have that financial capability and stability without subscribing to what anyone else is doing. The Six of Swords is literally you taking yourself out of the unhelpful, dissonant, maybe even toxic situation that you may be staying in at the moment, and moving towards something that is the star, that is full of hope, full of faith, one wherein you can truly cultivate your faith. One, a situation or a place, whether that is within you or outside of you, like a literal, changing addresses, in order for you to be able to listen to your soul and be one with your soul. So you need to back off of the back off of what your soul is telling you to do. You need to let your soul, like, yeah, you take the wheel. Jesus, like, let the divine, whatever you want to believe in, the divine God, your higher self, let let your soul take the wheel and find, let help you find the happiness, instead of being stubborn about, this is how I'm supposed to make money. Like, this is what I was taught from when I was young up until I maybe graduated college. I have my master's, I have all of these certifications. This is how I was taught to move and to act and to do things in order for me to get money. And everything else here is telling you, that's not it. You're not meant to go the FDA approved route. You're meant to forge your own path by your mind, by your soul, of course, by your soul, by your mind, by your skills, and take yourself into this place of happiness and emotional fulfillment. Maybe you even want to start a family, which is kind of controversial, apparently, in today's day and age. But you are meant to satisfy and fulfill what is your deepest truth and the deepest happiness in your heart of hearts that is resonant with truth, right? Because, like, my example a while ago, if you're really like, yeah, the only way for you to help heal other people is through going to medical school, you're already losing. But because there are a lot of other ways for you to do it, and maybe your way, your unique path to that north, your unique path to helping heal other people, is through herbs and plants and mushrooms and all of these, organic, natural things. And maybe that is what the world, or at least your world, your immediate, like, sphere of influence, that's what it needs right now, is more of that. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you grew up with lots of like naturopathic doctors, or lots of people who, like, natural doctors or traditional doctors, Eastern medicine, things like that. And maybe it is time that maybe you're going to be the first in your lineage to kind of also learn Western medicine, or like surgery and things like that. Maybe. There's lots of different ways this could go. What I am saying is that your way is not the stamped society approved way. It is not the FDA approved way. And it is going to take time for you to move forward in this direction. It's going to take a lot of trust, a lot of faith. That's why the star is coming here. You just need to take your hands off of it. You need to take your hands off of what your soul really wants and let your soul take the wheel and drive you to where it is you're meant to go. You know those little nudges inside you. Don't deny them. Do not deny them. I used to, when I was a child, when I was a little kid, I believed. I believed in something bigger than me, right? Like, of this talk of spirituality and the soul, and even in the religious context, is like God and Jesus and things like that. When I was a kid, I believed in that in my heart of hearts, and then I became a skeptic. So that was like, I took a roundabout way. I became like, what do you call it, an agnostic? Like, I kind of was playing with that word because I was like, and maybe not, but also, and then I just found my way back to here. So it's a different path to north, a different path to what is the truth, which is oneness, and that we are all one, we are a collective, and there is something much bigger than us. In my heart of hearts, I know that is truth. There's just a different way of going about it. For some people, it is through a religious route. Through some, there is this other path. There are lots of other paths, and it always makes its way back to true north. What I'm saying is that I get what you're saying, why you kind of don't want to probably go the non-FDA approved route, because society told you something, told you, your heart of hearts is telling you one thing and society is telling you another thing. And what I'm saying here is that you follow what you know is true in your heart of hearts. Back off of what your heart of hearts wants you to do. Because maybe at some point in your life, you're gonna get back there anyway. You're gonna get back there anyway. And I would say, I would just save myself from a couple of years of misery and and burnout. Just follow what you know to be true for yourself. My guides tell me, you're like, divine source communicates with me, and it's like, you're gonna do what we tell you anyway. So can we just save ourselves the energy? Just don't fight us. You know what you're meant to do anyway. And I'm like, oh, fine, but I'm gonna complain the whole way until I see that you're right. I get proven wrong time and time again. So what I'm saying here is, you don't have to, if you're so adamant about, for example, in my example, right, in medical school, if you're so adamant about finishing medical school, go, great. How can you satisfy your heart of hearts, your soul, your highest self, in the meantime, while you are stubbornly staying on the path that you are choosing for yourself, which is medical school? If you're in your heart of hearts, you want to explore this natural path of herbs and plants and natural medicine, how can you satisfy that in your heart of hearts while you're stubbornly pursuing the path you want to pursue? Maybe it's through reading books. Maybe you would want to look up what your ancestors did. If you're living in, for example, like the Philippines, where I'm from, maybe you want to go to the provinces and look into like what your grandparents, your great grandparents used to do when their children, your grandparents or your parents got sick, right? Like my mom used to whenever we got sick, like a cough or our sinuses, I think, got blocked, she would press oregano leaves and the oregano juice from the leaves. She would feed them to us as medicine, and that helps us to get better. There were other things like natural remedies that she used to do when we were young. I forget some of them. But yeah, how can you satisfy this curiosity that you have, that you know in your heart of hearts you have? I'm not saying it like don't deny, but also like don't deny it. There's something that you want to do. There's something that you want to do, and you're not satisfying it. Why? Try to satisfy it and see where it leads you. Like, you don't have to. I'm not saying that you need to quit if you're in medical school. If I'm just getting the example. If you're like in medical school, you don't need to quit medical school and suddenly, go on a natural path right away. Or if you have a corporate job and you want to start your own business, making knives. I'm just seeing the knives here, but it's just an example. If you want to, quit you don't have to immediately quit. I'm not saying that about to quit your corporate job in order to go into your like business or your the path that in your heart of hearts you want to do. You don't have to do a complete 180 right away, but it's like, how can you start fulfilling your curiosity? How can you start, like, if you want a business selling knives, make your first knife. Learn how to tinker with metal. Learn, like, find somewhere, some place where you can maybe be an apprentice to learn how to make knives in your downtime on the weekends, for example. Meanwhile, or like read business books, or maybe start buying knives, um, like what's available in the market, and start critiquing them and like experiment on stuff and what you want to do. There are ways for you to start without and to really move forward with what it is to be true, like your unique path to north, without necessarily like sacrificing everything or giving up on your life halfway. You don't have to do that. Okay? Because what I see here more than anything, what's awaiting you is this Ten of Cups, which is this overflowing happiness and emotional fulfillment, and being able to have more than enough, and being very happy with what you have. Intense gratitude for what you have, and again, that emotional fulfillment. See, from the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is the King of Pentacles is supposedly the master of the material world, the master of money, of resources, but it's in the reverse, so you don't really probably have a good grip on it. To this place, being in this place of emotional fulfillment and true happiness. You just need to back off of what your soul is telling you all along, and just, let your soul help. Okay? Page of Swords. You have an idea. You have an idea right now. Get it. Do it. Try it out. Eight of Wands. Yeah. And and you're probably like maybe thinking, oh, it's gonna take a long time for me to, to see the growth that I want to have, blah blah blah. But with the Eight of Wands, I'm seeing that that's probably not the case. Did you see how it flew? Okay, so before I talk about the Five of Swords, when you start, and this is just from, I don't know any books, like direct me to books, but like from my personal experience, the more that you let your like do what your soul has been telling you to do all this time, right? The more that you let your soul lead the way, let your true heart of hearts lead the way, the faster things get to come for you, the faster the evidence gets to come in. Because it's like, because your energy is there. Your energy is there, pointed towards what your true, like your heart of hearts. Because the energy is there, um it's like a direct, it's the clearest, cleanest path to whatever it is you want. And then evidence starts to come in from this place. So maybe when I started to do tarot, and when I started to kind of advertise my services, right, I got clients. I managed to make what was for me a pretty okay amount of money when I started reading for other people. And that made me very happy. And that made me more motivated to continue. And, now, of course, I'm being called to do something different, to up level my life in other ways. But the fact that I started to do this, it really helped me a lot. And it really helped me to see what it is that my heart of hearts wants me to do, what my highest self, my soul, really wants me to do, and how things get to arrange for me in a way that helps me fulfill my life's purpose, or multiple purposes. And get like the resources that I need and want in this lifetime. you know yeah, when you start following it, it's like the evidence starts to come in fast. And then when it's time for you to level up, and you do your best to follow through on that level up, the evidence comes. The evidence always comes, no matter what the timing seems what the timing seems to be. But what is important is you keep this faith. You keep the faith. You keep on keeping on, even when you don't necessarily see evidence right away. If you know in your heart of hearts that what you're saying is true, like really deeply, unequivocally true, and the path that you're going on really is your true and unique path to north, then continue doing it, no matter what other people may be saying, or no matter how um no matter how there seems to be no evidence at the time, especially when you're starting out. Okay. Oh, with the Five of Swords, I'm seeing this as you really, this is the clearest message, that you need to stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting yourself. Stop trying to force your hand on this one. You and your tiny human self against your soul, your highest self, your soul, who knows way more than you do, right? It's like, why fight that? You're fighting a pure energy that has your best interest, and that knows what is really best, right, and true for you. You're fighting that. It's like you're fighting God. Really? Yeah. Don't do that. Oh, she flew. The Fool in reverse. And I get it. It's hard. It's hard to go on the non-FDA approved path. It's scary to be like, well, what will my friends think? What will my family think? What will my loved ones think? What will the world think? I don't want to get cancelled. I don't want to. Everything, the deck is in, like, by the way, it's all upright. The cards are all upright. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, what will other people think of me if I do this non-FDA approved way? The answer is, it's more important what you think of yourself. It's more important that you properly give to yourself and properly resource yourself. If you're sticking out like in medical school for, I don't know how many years it is in other countries. In the Philippines, it's 5 years of the really studying part and the internship. There's the, you become a clerk, and then you become, so 3 years of, just in classrooms, and then 1 year of clerkship, and then 1 year of internship. My sister is a doctor, so kind of familiar with it. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're in like year 2 or 3 of being in medical school, and you're like fighting an uphill battle every single day, you're like fighting monsters just to get to class, it's like, I stubbornly want to be in the medical field through being, a doctor, an MD, but I feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle every single day just to get to class. It's not even to pass your exams, it's just getting to class. I feel like I'm fighting a monster. Then maybe that's probably a sign that the way you're trying to fulfill your purpose is not your path. And there is courage in being able to admit that and to accept that. Right? It's like, I want to be in the medical field and I want to help people heal, but I just feel like medical school is draining me of every ounce of life that I have. And that's probably a sign that it's time for you to look at other options. It's time for you to listen to your soul, to stop fighting your soul, like back off. Back off of your this fight between your ego and your soul, and just let your soul tell you what it is that what your soul is suggesting. Maybe it's suggesting something half decent, right? And you don't have to stop medical school, but it's like maybe it will be easier for you to finish the years of medical school if you also start learning how to do acupuncture and getting a certification in acupuncture. Or maybe, what do you call that? A chiropractor. There you go. Or maybe you can start training to become a chiropractor, or maybe even a PT. And you don't have to necessarily go to medical school to be a PT, right? But it maybe that's your path. Maybe the whole medical school thing can be supplementary information or complementary information to where it is that you want to go. Maybe try it out. Like, right, again, I'm not saying that you need to do a 180 and quit med school or quit your corporate job or move out with no money right away. What I am saying is try things out. Try out what your soul has been telling you all along, what your heart of hearts has been telling you all along, and see if it's something that you can be good with. Not good in like a skills manner, but good in terms of, I feel really good about this and I want to continue pursuing this type of way. Okay, so just the final 2 cards for you here with this oracle deck. Thank you. How many? Like 3 of them came out. Okay, first of all, we have You Got the Love, Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. Okay, so you may be needing to enforce some strong boundaries for yourself so that you start to listen to your heart of hearts. Okay, Whale and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. This is what I was telling you. There's something inside you that wants to be heard. And with the elders here in particular, it may be something related to what your ancestors used to do and how your ancestors used to live. And if you're hearing the song, if you're hearing the nudge, if you're feeling the nudge to go into a certain direction, even when it's not FDA approved or society approved, try it out. and see where it takes you. And finally, we have inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Okay? There you go, inner earth. You'll survive this. You'll survive this shift. You'll survive this non-FDA approved lifestyle. New solutions and beginnings. You're going to be able to start on this new journey for yourself, and you won't even know how great it is. You just have to try it out. So, in conclusion, what you need to keep your hands off of is back off from fighting your soul. Back off from fighting your soul. Start listening to what your soul or what your heart of hearts is starting to tell you, and try to apply it in real life. If your soul is telling you to go to pole dance classes, that was the first thing that I thought of. I don't know why. I would want to try that actually. I'm not very fit at the moment, but anyway, if your soul is saying, why don't you try to go to a pole dance class? Why don't you try to go to a pottery class? Try to go organic. Like, doesn't have to be vegan or vegetarian, but like just organic food for a while. See where it takes you. Try it out. You have nothing to lose by trying to go to a pole dance class. You have nothing to lose. But you have everything to gain from listening to and following your soul, following your heart of hearts, following what you know and feel is right and true for you. Okay? I think that's it. Yes? Okay. So that's all that I have for you, Group 1. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this reading. I am rooting for you so much. I am rooting for you to rediscover what it is that you truly want to do and how you want to fulfill your purpose in this lifetime, and your unique path to north. I'm so excited for you, and rooting for you. And let me know how this resonated. If you want to, the comments section is open. I hope you got something from this that will help you move forward in your life with more purpose as in reason, and intent as in focus. However, I do want to say that you are the most powerful co-creator, and you have all of the right to receive or reject any message that comes in. Anyway, yeah. That's it for me. If you want to work with me, I have tarot ways and non-tarot ways of working with me. Just check it out. You can message me on Instagram. I'm more active there. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 2. Hello, this is your reading for what you need to keep your hands off of. So, disclaimer, you are the most powerful co-creator of your life. And these are just cards. I'm just a human being. If the message resonates, then great. I'm so happy that it did. If it doesn't, just leave it. You don't have to care for it. Okay? So, yes, this is a green stone. I forgot what it's called. I need to ask my friend. But I forgot. Do you see the ridge? How can I? There. I think you can see it. There are waves and things like that. And it's so pretty. I forgot what this stone is. I'm gonna have to ask my friend. But anyway, this here, green is associated with the heart chakra. So perhaps this is relating to opening up your heart chakra. I also associate green with, of course, money and financial wealth. So maybe this is about money. I don't know. I haven't seen the cards yet, and I have not shuffled any other cards for you. So let's see. Let's see now. We have Inanna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. And we have Sarada Devi, Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. You need to back off of your tongue. Yeah. You need to back off of the words that you want to say. You have something very important to say right now. Group 2. And you need to back off and just let the words come out. I know that it's so hard, especially in this day and age of cancel culture and being mobbed by people online, by, getting a trial from the court of public judgment. And especially now that everyone just seems to be so sensitive about every little topic. It's so overly PC nowadays that it's just really hard to say something that is probably outside of what is necessarily PC, or something that doesn't offend everyone, right? Like if one person gets offended by your words, the whole mob comes after you. And what kind of life is it if we're not able to say what it is that we mean and mean what we say? What kind of world is it when the only ideas you can think are the pre-approved ideas? That's not a world that we want to live in. We're fighting regimes that, do that every single day. And why is it suddenly okay to cancel people or to dox people? Is that the right term? When you like publicly announce where the person lives or where the person works, just because they said something that was quote unquote offensive or bigoted, racist, sexist, whatever. I saw this news yesterday. I don't live in America, obviously. But I saw this news where this guy was taken out of his sports scholarship because he posted a video wherein he was singing along to a song that had the N-word in it. And I'm just there like, the person is singing along to a song. Why was it grounds for him to lose his scholarship if he's just singing along to the song? And I get that the words that are gonna come next are, oh, it's because that is not a word to use, especially if you're not in the same ethnicity as other people. And what I say to that is, the person wasn't using it in a way that was directly mocking or belittling or oppressing in a way other people. He was just singing along. He was just singing along, and it just feels like this type of energy that we're bringing in, wherein and there are circumstances wherein this helps, where this cancel culture helps, because there are people who are not very nice, who are not kind, and who are doing things with malice, and I understand that. But there are also, I just think it's too much. Between you and me, group 2, I just think it's too much. Reserve that energy for people who actually deserve to be called out for the wrong things that they do. Not for people who are just singing a song and, following the words of the song. I know that maybe people will say it's easy to censor that one word. But then it shouldn't be offensive when you hear it, like the word being sung, right? There's just so much mental gymnastics that we have to do nowadays. in order to be palatable to every single group of people, that we dilute the truth that is in our words. Dilute it to the point that it becomes disarmed, wherein the words that you want to say just becomes like nothing. Because you have to dilute it, you have to correct yourself. I know, because I self-correct all the time. That's one of my things that I constantly want to and do work on, is that I self-correct, I self-edit every single thing I say, because it's like, what if it's offensive for certain groups of people? What if the word I'm going to use is like triggering to someone, blah, 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 blah. And then I end up just not saying anything, because what ends up is that the edited version of what I wanted to say, it's so washed down, it's so watered down, that I can't even say what, it doesn't even have the content of what I actually mean anymore. And our words are so important to us. Our words are so important. And it's really important for us to speak our unique expression of truth. Even if, or maybe especially when, it is quote unquote offensive or triggering to other people. What's that? I'm just seeing an image right now of kids running around and running around a garden, or like with trees and stuff, and playing around, and then getting scrapes, in the knee, and like getting wounds and scrapes from running around. And of course the kid cries, but then the parents take care of the wound and comfort the kids. And it's like, that's how you learn, that's how you grow. You get hurt and then you learn and you grow. If we are raised, or if we continue to live in the world that that puts bubble wrap and comfy cushions everywhere we walk, the moment we see something, the moment we get scratched by a little bit, tapped a little bit, all hell breaks loose. Why is that? Diba? I just went on a full ass rant. I have, as you can tell, this is something that's very important to me, because I'm a Gemini. Words are important to me, and not just as a Gemini, but like I also write. I also write things. I use words a lot. Obviously, I use words a lot in what I do. Whether it's spoken or written, I use words a lot. And words are very, very important to me. And so when I, just looking at myself, self-correcting myself all the time, I hate it. Seeing how people are so sensitive right now because of, words, or even what do you call this? Changing the definitions of words to suit people's agendas. I'm not for that. I am vehemently against that. And it's just so sad that we have to we think we have to subscribe to this overly correct, overly blunt, blunt as in not sharp. So blunt as in not sharp, politically correct, non-offensive language, culture, because we have a fear of, the very real fear, of course, of being cancelled and exposed to the world for just saying what it is that we want to say. But what the message here is, group 2, going back, is that it is very important for you to start speaking what you know to be true, your unique expression of truth. Okay? It's funny, judgment is coming twice, you see? The judgment word here, and then we have the judgment card. Yeah. You probably have something very important to say, but you're just not saying it because there is this fear of, you've seen other people get cancelled for less. And it's disgusting, to be honest, seeing how we can't hold a proper conversation about things just because it's not what is publicly what you're supposed to think, right? I really hate it, like seeing, and of course I'm just here, I'm the pot calling the kettle black, because I'm also scared of speaking up. I'm gonna be real with you, because what else can I be other than real with you, right? But the thing is that I'm also scared of speaking up. I'm also scared of seeing, what happens, especially online, to people who speak their unique expression of truth, or the side of the truth that they are speaking on, and then to see them get cancelled, see them get attacked by harsh words on social media, and even going so far as to, you saw what happened to J.K. Rowling, right? Diba? Like, if that happened to J.K. Rowling, what happened to her? If that happened to her, and she's like one of the most important storytellers and authors of our generation, and has influenced our lives in such a big way that people are, and she's also like very rich. She's also financially very stable. So it's like, if that can happen to her, what about little old me? Wands are coming. So, yeah. Two wands, the Ace of Cups and the Magician is here. But yeah, I did not expect to go on a rant like that. I want to say sorry, but I'm not sorry. So anyway, yeah, Judgment here. Judgment is showing that it's interesting how Judgment is now coming up here. Because for me, it's like, rather than letting, here's the thing, right? When we speak, or when we share our side, or what the truth looks like from where we're standing, right? When we share that with other people, or when anything we say publicly, especially, that's up for judgment by other people. Of course, it's in a public space, in a public domain. What should happen is it is subject to judgment by other people. You post something on social media, other people can see it. It is up for, other people can speak on it. Whether it's good words, neutral words, maybe even offensive words for you, or triggering words for you. That is the beauty of freedom. That is the beauty of freedom. Like, what happens in North Korea, right? If someone says something negative about their leaders, I mean, their lives, their actual literal lives, are suddenly at stake for just saying something that is not what is crafted as the approved opinion. So anyway, when we say something online or say something in public, it is up for judgment. Other people get to have an opinion on it, and that's just facts. We get to learn to be okay with that. Okay? And the most we can do, of course, is have a discussion around it. If there is someone who is saying something that is, I don't agree with your words, I think blah blah blah, and then you can have a discussion. But anyway, so that's up there. That is something that I hope never changes. I hope that the world continues to be free, especially in the media or in social media, in a way that we can say things and other people can have opinions on it, and we can have this wonderful rich well of communication and information and just sharing our viewpoints or what the truth looks like from our side, from each of our sides. That's beautiful. And if I get offended by it, or if I get hurt by the words, then that's going to be my issue, right? That's going to be my cross to bear, so to speak. But anyway, what I'm seeing here for judgment is, aside from the fact that when you post something or say something, it is open up for judgment of other people, you also get to be a judge in a way. And you get to be the judge when it comes to how the people around you are reacting to the words that you're saying. Especially if it's around certain pressing issues or things like that, right? And it's like, I'm not saying that you just can block people for having a different opinion than you or for having different beliefs than you. But what I'm saying is, if your friends or your loved ones suddenly come at you with pitchforks, because you're saying something that is different from what they believe in, then it's probably a good thing that you saw that right away, right? It's probably good that it's like, it's like when you go on a date. I haven't been on a date, but when people say that it's really important when you go out on a date to observe how your date interacts with other people who are not you. So like how they interact with waiters, service, people, like when you buy something or when you dine out, or maybe in valet drivers and things like that, whatever, like other people. It's important to see how they interact with those kind of people, because you get to see if they are actually good people, and if they can treat other people with respect, even though they're not even though they're not you, or they're not trying to impress these people. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Like if you see your friends or your family, or your loved ones coming at you with pitchforks and telling you all the bad names in the book simply because you don't agree with them on a certain issue, or you say something that is potentially quote unquote scandalous to them, then maybe then that's a good thing. That's good information for you. So not to interact with these people again, or not to care about what they think about you or their opinions of you. You can keep them in your life, but just maybe put a couple more meters of distance between you two. So you also get to see how other people behave and how other people come at you when you start speaking your truth. And that is leading you to more of this, you're able to much more have this emotional fulfillment for yourself when you start speaking the truth from where you're standing. Because do you have that feeling, group? I certainly have this feeling when I say something, I post something, and then I already told you I overly edit myself, I overly correct myself, and it's so I post this watered down version of what I think, maybe on Instagram or in my stories, and then I just feel like something's missing. I don't feel satisfied with what I posted, because it's so watered down. And it's not like you want all of your posts to have a bite, right? It's not that, but it's just more of, it's so meh. It's just not me anymore. The words that I initially wanted to use are gone. And I feel like those words are the best words that I can use at the time to describe it, because otherwise it's just watered down versions. Yeah, so that's something. So when you start to really speak in the way that you desire to speak, say things as it is, as how you desire to say them, how you want to say them, or you feel you need to say them, I'm just seeing you having this emotional fulfillment, this overflow of just being full with your own like love and energy for yourself because you did something that is for you, regardless of what other people think, regardless of how others may judge you. There was this one time I posted something on my stories. It was after elections in the Philippines, and I said something, and one of my friends disagreed with what I said, and I approached it with, I understand what you're saying, but this is what this is what I mean. This is what we had a discussion, and yeah, we kind of don't talk anymore. we don't talk anymore after that, but I don't feel regret. I don't feel regret that I told the truth from where I'm seeing it. And it's really important. I think it's very important for all of us to tell the truth from how we're seeing it, from our vantage point, because it helps that when you have different people looking at the truth from different angles, you put them together, and you get the whole picture of it. You get the whole picture of the truth because there are so many people looking at the truth from different viewpoints. You know that picture of, oh, it's a square, it's a circle, but then the shape is really like it's a circle here, but it's like a square. Like when you look at it from one side, it really is a square, but it's a 3D object, right? I'm sure you've seen that. You've seen that photo, but it's like that. The more people you get to listen to, or you let speak, the more people that you let speak about the truth from their vantage point, the more that you get to see a holistic picture of what the truth really is. And I think that's just so important and so vital, especially in our world today. Especially in our world today. Because how can you get a holistic view of the truth otherwise? Not everyone is willing to, step out of their vantage point and look around to see what the truth looks like from other angles. Not everyone does that. Not everyone should. But what is important is that we allow people to say things from their vantage point, say the truth from their vantage point, so that we get to understand why things are the way they are. And what I'm saying here is that you are standing in an angle wherein you're seeing the truth from a vantage point that is important for other people to hear. You need to back off of your words, back off of what you want to say, and just let the words come out. And I know that's so easier said than done. I'm telling you, it's so hard. I understand that. I think more than anyone, I self-censor all the time. But it's just so important. You have something to say, and it's so important that you say it. And I'm trying to, just say things in a way that hopefully encapsulates what, the truth of what I want to say. But yeah. So we have two more cards here. We have the Lovers and we have the Magician, which is, the Lovers is Gemini energy, and the Lovers is Gemini energy. Yes, we have the twins. And then the Magician is Mercurial energy. So Mercury is the planet of communication. the signs, the zodiac signs under Mercury are Gemini and Virgo. So this is just very much emphasizing the importance of you using your words, the importance of you speaking or coming from this aligned place. Both of them are really talking about alignment, aligning with your desires to help you manifest the things that you want to create in your life, and also aligning with the divine, aligning with what is absolutely true, what is north, so that it's like maybe you're fighting this. Yeah, it is. It's literally the topic of the reading, Lenny. So you're fighting, like speaking your words, speaking the truth from where you are standing. And it is just saying here that if you want, there is a way. There is a way for you to say what you mean and mean what you say, and make it, say it in a way that is complete in thought, and it is complete with the soul of yourself, while at the same time, maybe not using curse words or not using words that are that are just gonna get yourself like fired up and be mobbed by other people. There is a way to do that. And with the Magician here, I know you know how to do it. I know you know how to do it. And so it's just very important for you to be aligned with that. Yeah, see, the Knight of Cups is just showing it. This isn't just Knight of Cups and we have the Five of Cups in reverse. This isn't just an issue of you speaking your words and saying the truth from where you're looking at it. This is also a matter of fulfillment with yourself and being fulfilled with the life that you're living. Because maybe you're like me, and every time you post something, every time you post a watered down version of what it is that you wanted to say originally, you just feel empty and incomplete, and like you're like kicking yourself because why didn't I word this better? Why did I let my fears win again? And you just don't feel happy. Maybe that's why the green stone is here, the heart chakra is here. Because more than, having that collective universal purpose of showing the truth from your vantage point, there is also this aspect of you living your life to the fullest, being able to make yourself happy, emotionally happy and fulfilled by speaking the words that you want to say. Too many. One more na lang. See, all of the little cards that are coming up are cups. Let's see what's the last one. But yeah, this is just all about emotional fulfillment at this point. And yes, it's important for you to speak. So this is why the Lovers and the Magician are here. It's important for you to be able to, have how do you say this? Reconnect with your mastery of your words and reconnect with, actually talking about the truth from your vantage point. But then there's also this element here of fulfilling your desires and being very emotionally happy and satisfied with, it's all cups, babes. All of them are cups. So this is more of an emotional fulfillment issue more than anything. Speak your words. Speak the truth from where you're standing. Speak the truth from where you're standing, even if it is not what people may want to hear at this point. And maybe especially if that's the case. We can talk about this in so many topics, and there's a lot of like pressing issues in the world right now that are just, if you say something wrong, you're gonna be attacked by the mob. But it's really important for you to share the truth from where you're standing. Speaking of sharing, we have just your final messages here. We have Whale and Orca Elders, share your song. Frequency of sound, diving deep. So yeah, sharing your unique voice. You have a unique voice, you have something to say, you have your own frequency that you want to share to the world, share it. And then we also have wait. It's not yet time, things are being woven. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe you've been like, maybe you really have been wanting to do this, but oh, okay, maybe right now you may want to start with something very explosive and very really truly controversial. What this is saying is that maybe you would want to wait with that. And I'm getting here that it may be important for you to. I'm thinking about buying a dictionary. Again, I think I bought one before, but I need to brush up on my words. I need to brush up on my words. And maybe you do too. Maybe the reason why you kind of, maybe the reason why you're not confident, maybe you're like me, the reason why you're not so confident in using your words and speaking the words that you want to speak as it is because you don't feel like you have a mastery of your words. You don't feel like the magician here who just has all the right words to say and can use the right and most appropriate words for how you're feeling and how you're seeing the truth. So maybe you would want to buy a dictionary or read the book. Read the book and look at, search up the words, the new words that you encounter in every book. Even if it's like romance novels, you can like learn how to string thoughts together when you start reading. And then practice writing. So, yeah. Maybe this weight, I'm just getting this weight thing as if you're feeling not confident about using your words right now, then there may be something that you would like to do, like buy a dictionary, read more books, learn new words, or maybe you want to learn new languages so that you can really have that mastery of your voice, mastery of your words, and when you speak, you can start speaking from your your heart of hearts, what is really true for you. The Whale and Orc Elders also came up in group 1, interestingly. So there is this message of just sharing your song, speaking the truth from where you're standing. And that's it. So TLDR, you need to back off of your words, need to back off of your expression, your unique expression of truth, and start expressing that. Okay? It can start with you. You can start with just writing down what you really think about issues and what you really think about what's happening in the world, or maybe what's happening in your life. Or maybe what other people are, maybe what you really see with how other people maybe are looking and interacting and behaving. And then start with yourself, and maybe next you can start speaking the truth from your vantage point to your family and your friends, and then you can move up to public platforms and things like that if you desire to move up to public platforms. But anyway, that's it from me for you, group 2. Thank you so much for sticking to this reading until the end. I hope that you got something from this that will help you move forward with more purpose, as in reason, and more intent, as in focus. I'm rooting for you so much. You and I, group 2, we share the same. Maybe this is my group, but you and I, we share the same issues with the throat chakra and the self-expression. Yeah, and so I am rooting for you. I know that even if it even when it takes a long time, I know and I am confident that you're able to get past this personal issue, and you're able to speak, truly speak from your heart, from your unique vantage point. I'm rooting for you, and I love you, group 2. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, group 3. Hi, it's me. And you're the last group for this reading. I think I'm going to take a nap after recording this one. But anyway, so this is your reading for what you need to keep your hands off of, what you need to back off of. And the last two groups were so interesting, so I'm excited to read yours. You have if I'm not mistaken, this is Larimar. There's like flecks of yellow there. I hope you can see it. But it is a blue stone, so it is more of like a throat chakra stone for your expression and your words and communication. So there, let's see, what do you need to start backing off of? We have Brigid, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. And we have the cosmic egg, the divine feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. You may be you may be overly controlling your life right now, group 3. And I'm just seeing these two cards showing that you need to back off of controlling every single aspect of your life and just letting things flow. It's like this. It's like the analogy that I can give you is that if you plant a seed, right? You plant a seed and you want to watch it grow into a tree. But you won't really see it grow into a tree or into a beautiful flower if you keep on digging the seed out every single day, or if you keep on, just watching the seed every single day, and it's like it's day 3, why is it not sprouting yet? It's day 4, why is it not sprouting yet? I'm looking at it every single day, and then you're like overly controlling the temperature of the water that you're watering it with. You're overly controlling every single aspect, and it's like, just let the plant grow naturally. Just back off of that plant, back off of it, go live your life, and then come back. Just make sure you're watering the plant every as prescribed, maybe every couple of days or whatever is prescribed by however however frequent it's supposed to be watered. And then maybe check up on it like every week. If there are weeds growing in the area, take out the weeds, so that it's not, competing for nutrients, whatever. But other than that, other than the maintenance, you've already planted the seed, you've already planted the egg. It's already there. Now it's time for you to back off. Do the necessary maintenance methods, do the necessary maintenance for it. But otherwise, go live your life, babe. You need to go live your life. A lot of the analogies for like the universe and all of that are like plants, or like in the restaurant, right? I'm sure you've heard it before, or if you haven't, it's like when you go place the order in the to the waiter gives it to the kitchen, and you just wait. But if you're like every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes even, you're asking, when's my order coming? When's my order coming? Waiter's gonna get mad at you. The waiter's gonna get mad at you, and you're unnecessarily stressing yourself out, and maybe you're making yourself even hungrier than you would have been, and hungry as in more uncomfortable with the sensation of hunger than you could be, as compared to if you just waited that 15 to 25 minutes, and then your dish comes out to you looking wonderful and perfect, and you're like, yay, it's here, I can eat, and receiving it with gratitude, as opposed to asking the waiter every 2 minutes if it's done yet, and then when it comes out of the kitchen and it's there in front of you, you're just feeling like, fucking finally, I waited for so long for this food. And everyone's like, if you just shut up and patiently wait for it for the 15 to 25 minutes, then you'd be feeling a lot better, as opposed to feeling hangry. Why not order an appetizer? You know, something like that. So it's interesting because group 1 and group 2 were like, it's something very specific about their life that they need to kind of back off of, or keep their hands off of. And yours is just like, everything, babe, everything. You need to calm down. The universe, God, divine source, all that is, they already know. They already know your order. They already know what you want. It's a matter of you keeping present. It's a matter of you keeping yourself in the moment, and busying yourself with other things, busying yourself with maybe even preparing for for it to come. Like if you're in a restaurant, right, how are you preparing for the meal to come? Maybe you're drinking a couple of gulps of water, maybe you're talking with your friends, or if you're dining alone, maybe you're like just feeling the vibe of the restaurant. Maybe you're doing something, you're writing on your journal before the food comes, especially if you're out on a date with yourself, if you're out with another person, like just talking about the stuff and having fun while you're waiting for your you're patiently waiting for your food that is gonna come. Once you give your request, or once you put in your order in the universe, they're already preparing for it. They already know, babe. It's a matter of you being patient, and maybe even leaving it alone for a little bit. Maybe you want to forget about it for a little bit and just be like, okay, like here, you want, for example, and it's like you put your order in, and now you go back to real life. And in real life, there are so many other things for you to busy yourself with in real life before your manifestation comes. Like clean your room. I say that to myself. Lenny, clean your room. Or clean your room, or arrange your things. Get the clutter out of your home. Maybe go and start working out if you're not working out, and if you want a hot body. Like, what is it that you can do to, keep yourself occupied and keep yourself continuously aligned to what you want, while it's coming, your manifestation is coming. Like, yeah, there, if you're hungry in the restaurant, what can you do while you're, ma'am, it's 15 to 25 minutes waiting time for your food. You're like, okay, what can you do in the next 15 to 25 minutes? Well, first of all, you're not going to leave the restaurant, right? You're not going to leave the restaurant because they took so long when they told you how much time it's going to take. Maybe it's the issue with the universe is that they don't really tell you how much time it takes, because timing is very, let me tell you about timing. It's really important that you cultivate a really good relationship with time. It's really important that you cultivate a good relationship with time. Treat time as a friend that you're walking with. Don't chase time. Don't let time chase you. Walk with time. So how are you possibly chasing time? So maybe you're chasing time through saying, I have so many things to do throughout the day and I don't have enough time. I need to keep my schedule rigid to a T. Every minute counts. Every minute. That's you chasing time. And time doesn't like that. It's just, you look like a creep if you're chasing time, right? If you're chasing, like, if you're in, like, on the street and you start chasing someone, what do you think the other person is gonna do? Is gonna stop and look at you? No, they're gonna chase. They're gonna run away. It's the same with time. The more you chase time, the more time runs away from you. The more that you don't have enough time to do things. How is time how are you treating time as like you have to be ahead of time and time is like catching up to you? Well, it's like you delaying your maturity. It's like you in maybe in especially this is like in physical health matters. It's like you go drink and party every single night for 10 years and then suddenly you wake up, you're in a hospital and all of your organs have failed you. Well, you're trying to circumvent time and trying to let your time is saying, maybe time is saying, hey, you need to rest your body. You're like, no, I want to enjoy my youth. And now you return and you're like, what the heck did I do to myself? Walk with time. And when you walk with time, treat time as a friend, treat time as an ally, a best friend even. You will realize that you have more than enough time to do everything that you desire to do. There you go. I hope that everything is like making sense, right? I hope that I'm communicating this well. But yeah, treat time as your friend, babes. It's because everything is just aligning with time. Everything is in its perfect timing. Yeah, the divine timing bit pala was in another pile. But yeah, the egg is going to hatch when it is meant to hatch. Not before, not after, at the exact second. Regardless of whether or not you're ready for it. Okay, I'm gonna take this. This is it. I'm just gonna take all of this. We have the Five of Pentacles here. 6 cards. The exact amount that I was asking for 5 or 6 cards. There. 5 of Pentacles. We have the Knave or the Page of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. The 6 of Pentacles. Justice. Which is the number 8 here. And we have the 5 of Wands. So there is big change here. There is huge change here. Starting and ending this particular spread with 5, which is the number of change and transformation. Don't fight it. This is what I was saying with the 6 of Pentacles. You're gonna get, the egg is gonna hatch in its perfect timing. Not before, not after. You're gonna get what you, I'm gonna say what you deserve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Not less than, not more than, exactly. And 6 of Pentacles, which is like an equal reciprocation, giving and receiving, beside justice. Oh, babes, you're really gonna get what you absolutely deserve, for better or for worse. And what I'm saying here is, the more that you hassle the waiter by asking them, why is your entree taking too long, then you might get a half-assed version of what you wanted. Or you might settle for something less because that wasn't really what you wanted. It's like you ordered your food, right? This doesn't happen, but this is like the scenario that suddenly popped up. It's like you're ordering your food and every 2 minutes you're asking when is my order coming, and then the waiter is already so annoyed by you that in the 10-minute mark, the waiter suddenly says, we're still cooking your order, but I can give you a slice of chocolate cake now. And you say, oh yeah, chocolate cake is yummy. Okay, give me that, because I'm super hungry now. I've been asking you, and my order's not coming yet, so just give me that chocolate cake. Okay, okay, ma'am, I'll give you your chocolate cake. And then the waiter gives you your chocolate cake. You eat, you're happy, you're satisfied. As soon as you, it's like as soon as you eat the last bite of your chocolate cake and you say, oh, now I feel full and satisfied, your entree comes up in front of you and it is looking like the most delicious meal in the universe. And you're like, but I'm already full. But I'm already full. And then, you're like picking at your food and complaining, why did it come so late? Why did your chocolate cake come first? It's like, ma'am, that was exactly, you were impatient. You were impatient. And so now we gave you the chocolate cake you wanted. But as soon as you saw your entree, which we told you at the start, it's going to take 15 to 25 minutes. But because you were impatient, you took you settled for some instant gratification. And then when your order came, you're feeling angry at everyone but yourself. That's not the way to live life. So yeah, just relax. Relax. I know that it's so easy to because this one, the Five of Pentacles, in particular, is coming from this viewpoint of a lack mentality. So it's not just you physically don't have enough resources, or you're not just physically hungry, but you're also mentally having this mentality of lack, of I don't get enough food, or I have to keep myself stuffed full, and being hungry for a little bit, that means that I'm dying. And we all know that's not true. But I understand that mentality, because I'm still working on that particular mentality as well. So it may be for you, it may be that it's not just that the food is not in front of you yet and you're hungry, but deep inside there is probably like a fear of you're hungry. I'm physically hungry. That means that I don't have anything. I don't have any resources, and my fight or flight is being activated by being hungry, even though I know that my food is coming. Even though I know that the universe will provide for me, that God will provide for me, I feel scared. So I'm just gonna settle for less. The chocolate cake is yummy, but it wasn't what I initially ordered. And it's not an entree. It's not enough to keep me full. Like, my blood sugar will come up for a bit and then it comes down and then I'm hungry again. And then instead of waiting again for just 15 to 25 minutes for another entree, I'm probably just gonna eat, the fastest thing that can get into my in front of me, even though it's not necessarily going to be filling and fulfilling, right? And so yes, there is that aspect of it. But the Knave of Wands, the Page of Wands here, is really saying that, hey, maybe it's time to try something new. Between the Knave of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Swords, both of them are really saying, like, maybe it's time for you to try a different approach. Maybe you can trust that within 15 to 25 minutes, your entree will come. Maybe you can trust that as soon as you said your order, the universe has already been preparing for it. And it's just a matter of, the universe preparing the logistics for it. When is it going to come to you? how is it gonna come to you, in what way, what color is the packaging, how can you, what is the best way for you to receive it. All of these things are being considered by the universe, by God, by the divine for us. And those things take some amount of time just for them to really make sure that the package is presented to you perfectly. That takes a bit of time. Even if it's overnight shipping, it's still overnight. There's still that time overnight. And maybe in the meantime, what you need to do is to relax. Maybe you can be like, go to the restaurant and be like, I'm gonna order my food now, and then I'm gonna be back. I'll just there's something that I wanna buy, or there's something that right, like if you're hungry, especially if you're dining with another person, you can say, oh, I'm gonna come back, I'm just gonna do something. Like with your family, we do that whenever we're like shopping. My mom will be like, I'm gonna come back, I'm just gonna go shopping for a little bit, call me when the food's here. And we'll be like, okay. And then when the food comes, we call her, then we eat when we're happy. So you need to back off of your manifestations a little bit. Trust that the universe is gonna give you exactly what you want in the exact ways that you deserve it. Okay? Let me just drink some water. Let the plant naturally grow. Let the egg hatch in its perfect timing. Let your order come naturally without harassing the waiter every 2 minutes and asking, where is it? The more you complain, the more that they're just like, maybe you really don't want it. Because you're complaining. And we're like, we're preparing for it. Okay, so we're gonna get more cards there. Yep, 10 of Swords with the 5 of Cups. There is a whole mindset situation here that we're talking about. And with the 5 of Pentacles coming in first, and then the 6 of Pentacles coming second here. This time, right now when you're watching this, is a very, very wonderful opportunity for you to start working on that lack mentality. Because it's holding you back from receiving what it is that you want to receive. So Justice coming in that position, it's like it kind of feels like it wants to go in the reverse, but it kind of stayed there. So I'm just accepting it like that. What was I saying? Yeah, it's emphasizing that right now is a very, very good opportunity for you to look into the limiting beliefs, or the unhealthy mentalities that you may have, that is keeping you from fully trusting, and from fully trusting in the universe and in divine timing. Yeah, because judgment hasn't been passed yet with regards to how you are acting. And maybe there are parts wherein just this justice has already been passed, but now there is an opportunity for you to create something new, to come at it with a more balanced and aligned mindset. Here I'm pointing to the Lovers. Balanced and aligned mindset, and a healthier mindset for you. Maybe the times when you had to chase time, that's catching up to you. The times when you ran away from time, that time has finally caught up with you, and now it's time for you to do something new. Walk with time. It's time for you to walk alongside time and treat time as your friend, and trust in the timing. That even if you're right beside time and you think that nothing is changing, what do I mean by walking beside time? It means that you're very intentional and you're in the moment. That's what it means essentially, at least from my vantage point. Okay, from my vantage point, walking with time means that you are really intentional in the things that you're doing. You're in the moment, you're in the present. Time is right beside you, and you let time pass by smoothly and even properly, I would say, as you're doing the things. So as I'm doing this reading, I am allowing time to pass naturally, and I'm allowing the messages that are coming up in me to flow naturally. I'm not hurrying, I'm not trying to intentionally, slow down. This is just how the messages are flowing. And so for me, that is what walking alongside time means, because I have chased time and that resulted in my burnout. I have run away from time, and that has resulted in me having physical health issues that I am now working on. So now I'm doing my best to walk alongside time. I have a lot to learn from time, and it's also just taking things in stride. When time is telling me it's time to do this, I'm doing it. When it's okay, time to do that, I'm doing that. So even if what, but then it's like, okay, I understand what you mean, time. And yeah, so that's very important. One more card. The lovers, like I said, is just being more in alignment. Instead of worrying about when the egg will hatch, when your order will come, focusing on aligning yourself where you are right now. Have you dalawa sila. Okay. It's like this. You want to, for example, you're manifesting an opportunity to study abroad. Okay. And you've already done it. What do I want to say? You've already submitted your application physically to the school or whichever embassy is accepting the scholarships or whatever. You already submitted all of your papers, and there's a waiting period. Of course, they have to check the applications and see which applicants are how many applicants they're going to choose and things like that. So in the meantime, from the time in between you submitting your application and then receiving the results, whatever the results are, and you're manifesting for something positive, right? What can you do in the meantime to prepare yourself for receiving it? It's like, okay, I want to study abroad. Do I know how to do the laundry? Do I know how to cook simple meals for myself? Do I know how to clean? And these are things that are like, what? That's not something that I need to think about right now. I'm too busy worrying about the results of the application. But it's like, if you're gonna live alone in another country, you have to have these basic survival skills. When I was in college, I went on a let me tell you the story, group thing. I went on a student exchange program in the dream country that I wanted to go to, South Korea. So I was in it was in a province. It was a national university, public university, but it was in not in Seoul, in another city, a province, but it was in the south of Korea. And the first time, and I know how to do laundry simply, right? Like, I live in the Philippines. We still there are still times when and I live with my parents, so washing clothes with my hands, I kind of know how to do that. So if that was the case, I'd be like, all good. They have washing machines. I've never touched a washing machine before that time. And so, and it wasn't just a washing machine. It wasn't just that it was my first time using a washing machine ever in my life. It was, everything was in Korea. And I know how to speak in Korean. By that time, I already knew how. But, it's a different set of vocabularies for washing clothes. And so the first time I used the washing machine, I didn't put detergent in because I didn't know where to put the detergent. I knew that there was a place to put it, but I didn't know where it was. And so I forgot. Since then, and now I know how to wash clothes. Um, I know how to wash clothes now, so I'm like, yes, I have that, and I was there for like 10 months, almost a full year, so I know how to use a washing machine now. But back then, I didn't, and I wasn't really equipped for that, and I didn't know that I needed to be equipped in that. So now I'm telling you, even if you're manifesting like studying abroad, there are certain things that you would want to, certain boxes in your checklist that you would want to, first of all, put in your checklist, and then secondly, check and accomplish before, so that you can be ready to receive this gift. And so it's like, yeah, learning how to do your laundry or using a washing machine or cooking simple meals. We had a cafeteria for the dormers, wherein there were ajumas, lovely ladies cooking ladies, aunties who serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I also kind of knew how to cook a little bit. You can leave me in the kitchen, and I'm able to tinker. So that's good. I also know how to clean, which was good because I was like one of the like it was a dorm of 6 people, and of the 6 people, there were only like 2 of us who were cleaning. So it was a good thing that I knew how to clean. Or if I didn't know how to properly clean then, I certainly knew better while I was there. But I'm also Virgo moon, so I'm like, cleaning is like my thing. But anyway, so these things, you also have to prepare for them, right? Aligning yourself with that vision. And yeah, and then just with the Nine of Cups, seeing your wish come true. Maybe not in the way that you initially expected that the wish would come true, but it is going to come true regardless in divine timing. So, yes, for example, in my example of, studying abroad, you can get rejected from your application. That's okay, because you can always try again, or now that the opportunity or the energy of you studying abroad has opened, there are other ways for you to move to another country and live there for a certain amount of time, and maybe even study or work, because you have opened up the 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 portal to it, the possibility of it. Maybe in my restaurant example, you can be like, the waiter said 15 to 25 minutes, it's been 30 minutes, but my food's not yet here. So, then the waiter comes in with your entree maybe like 35 minutes after you've ordered it. And then, I'm sorry that your food didn't come in on time. Here is a gift voucher, for us to show our apologies. Or maybe here's a free dessert, to say sorry. And your gift just came in another way. You got what you wanted, which was your food, and then it just came in another way, which is there was an extra gift attached to it. So maybe in the studying abroad thing, maybe you won't be able to get the you won't be able to maybe your application got rejected the first time, but there is another opening, and maybe in another country, or maybe in another city, wherein the then what you can study there is more in line with what you're doing and what you want to really study. So it's not just an MBA, for example. Maybe it's something more specific. And then aside from that, Maybe you have a friend there who's already studying there, and it's like, hey, we can be roommates, we can be dorm mates, apartment mates, and now you have less money to spend in housing when you're there, and you can do other things. So there's all of these other things that can come with that. Just it just wait it out, and know and have faith that you are getting exactly what you need and what you deserve. King of Wands is here, which is showing King of Wands and Two of Cups. I'm seeing King of Wands as discipline. Seeing King of Wands as discipline. And yeah, maybe there is like someone involved here that you can probably treat a little better than what you're usually going for. But the Two of Cups is also about honesty and grace. I'm seeing this as grace as well. Grace and empathy. No, yeah. Because the Two of Cups is communicating with another person with an open heart, an open and vulnerable heart, and being empathetic with them. So I'm just seeing that as well. So it's like being more empathetic to your, or having more empathy towards like the waiter, or towards towards the people who are reviewing your application, or empathy towards your manifestation. Putting in, having more heart towards your manifestation, and being like, if you're gonna come in a different way, if you're going to um if you're going to show up in another way for me that is different from what I initially envisioned you to be, then I'm I'm all ears and all eyes and all, I'm ready to catch it. But just promise me that my dream is coming true. Like, in my heart of hearts, my dream is coming true. Okay? So what you need to back off of, what you need to keep your hands off of is your actual manifestation right now. You've already put in your order. Let it happen naturally. Walk with time. Don't try to harass time and be like, where is my manifestation? Where is my manifestation? It's coming in all the best ways that you deserve. And now, maybe what you need to do right now, like what I say, is do something that will help you pass the time intentionally. And help you pass the intentionally, meaning with focus, right? So you can still be focused on your still be focused on making your manifestation happen, just in a different way. Like I said here with the studying abroad example of learn how to cook, learn how to clean, learn how to do your own laundry with a washing machine. So that when, eventually, when your dreams do come in, and when the egg cracks and the little chicklet comes out, you're prepared to take care of the little chicklet. You're prepared to fly abroad. You're prepared to eat your meal. Okay? So that's it. These are last cards, just reminders from us. For us, we have the Void, Stop, Embrace Winter, Great Cosmic Womb. Your manifestation is in the Great Cosmic Womb. It is being prepared by the energies of divine source and all that is in the universe and God. And so just stop. It's like I said, stop, embrace winter, embrace the time, like walk with time is what is embrace winter. Walk with time. Learn to be appreciative of this period of time wherein your manifestations are not here yet, and have trust that it is working out in the best ways for you. It is in the great cosmic womb already. You don't need to worry about it. And we have Star Brothers, Horus energy. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. So there it is, trust. Trust that the universe, source, God, all that is preparing your order in the best possible way, and you are going to receive it in the best possible way, no matter how it looks. Okay? I am so excited for you, Group 3. That is your message for today. thank you for listening until the end. I'm so excited for you. I am so excited to see, to witness you in this time of you walking with time and learning how to walk with time. And then subsequently, when you finally receive your manifestation, I'm so excited for you. Okay? I hope that you got something from this that helps you move forward with more purpose, as in reason, and more intent, as in focus. Remember that you are the most powerful co-creator of your life. So just take the messages if you want to take them. If you don't want to take them, it's fine. You don't have to. If you want to share your stories, you can share your stories in the comment section. If you want to work with me in different ways, you can work with me through tarot and non-tarot ways. You can message me on Instagram. I am more active there. And yeah, I think that's it from me for you, Group 3. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.